Welcome to AI Pulse, where we break down the biggest news in AI. Okay, let's dive in.
So, today is March 17th, 2026. And wow, this is not just another day in the world of artificial intelligence, not by a long shot.
The entire AI chessboard is being rearranged right before our eyes. We're seeing the major players make these massive strategic moves that are reshaping the whole industry. We're talking huge reorganizations, billion-dollar deals, and a complete shift in strategy. So the real question is, in the middle of all this chaos, who's actually making the winning move? Let's break down what we're calling the day of the great AI reshuffle. First up, let's talk about Microsoft. They just dropped a bombshell, announcing a complete reorganization of their AI division. This is probably their boldest bet yet on where this technology is headed.
And at the very heart of this whole restructuring is a focus on something called agentic AI. Now, this is the real game changer. We're moving way beyond AI that just answers your questions. We're talking about systems that can autonomously handle complex, multi-step tasks all on their own to get something done.
So here's how they're doing it. This new four-pillar structure is all about moving from a bunch of separate products to one single integrated system. They're bringing in Jacob Andrew from Snap to unify the whole Copilot experience, and, this is key, they're freeing up the brilliant Mustafa Suleyman to focus on one thing and one thing only, building what they're actually calling superintelligence. And you can see their ambition right here in this quote. This is not just corporate talk, you guys. Suleyman has a 5-year mandate and a huge roadmap to build these world-class models. The goal is crystal clear. They want to dominate the next era of AI. Okay, so while Microsoft is playing offense, their biggest competitor, OpenAI, is making its own dramatic shift. And you know what? It looks a whole lot more like they're playing defense. So, what's causing this? The trigger, according to reports, is the rapid success of their rival, Anthropic. Apparently, Anthropic's wins in the business world have been a massive wake-up call for OpenAI. And this slide really lays it all out. You can see OpenAI's pivot so clearly. They're abandoning what sources are calling their side quests. Cool projects like the Sora video generator and other hardware stuff. The new plan? A laser focus on coding tools and winning over business customers. So this is the crucial point. It's an all-hands-on-deck, code-red moment for the company. They feel like they spread themselves way too thin, and that left a huge opening for a focused competitor like Anthropic to just waltz right in. Now they're scrambling to fight back. So while all the software giants are battling it out, the company that's literally building the engine for all of this is busy defining a whole new economy. At its GTC conference this week, NVIDIA isn't just announcing new chips, they're laying out a new economic theory. At their big conference, CEO Jensen Huang introduced this powerful new idea he calls tokenomics. The core concept is pretty simple, but it's also profound. In this new AI era, the most fundamental unit of value isn't the dollar anymore, it's the AI token. He argues that computing has changed. It's no longer just about retrieving information, it's about generating new things. And the basic unit for that generation? It's the token. That one simple statement reframes everything, from how we think about revenue to how we measure productivity. And to make this really concrete, Huang paints a picture of the future where developers get a base salary, sure, but they also get a massive token budget. And why would they do that? Because giving them access to tokens will make them exponentially more productive. It's actually already becoming a recruiting tool in Silicon Valley. So all this strategic reshuffling is happening at the same time as this massive flood of cash and high-stakes deals. The numbers we're seeing are just staggering, and it shows you exactly how intense this competition is getting. For instance, as part of its big enterprise push, OpenAI is teaming up with AWS to get into the US government sector. But the real prize here isn't just the government contracts themselves. It's the credibility that comes with them. It's a classic sales strategy. Land a major government client, and that signals to all the big corporations that you're trustworthy. The investment landscape is just on fire. Get this, just this week, AMI Labs, which is a new venture from AI legend Yann LeCun, raised a jaw-dropping $1 billion. And that's to develop what they're calling world models. Oh, and it doesn't stop there. Thinking Machines Lab, founded by Mira Murati, just signed a $50 billion deal with NVIDIA for their next-gen chips. This isn't just about buying a few servers. This is about buying the entire future of AI infrastructure. And the public markets are definitely taking notice too. Databricks, a huge player in the data and AI space, is now getting ready for an IPO with a target valuation of $134 billion. I mean, the scale of this is just astronomical.
So what does it all mean? When you connect the dots between Microsoft's big reorg, OpenAI's pivot, and NVIDIA's new economic theory, a very, very clear picture starts to emerge.
What we've seen today is a collective pivot across the whole industry. The race isn't about who can build the best chatbot anymore. It's about who can build the most capable, autonomous systems that can think and act on our behalf. We are officially witnessing the dawn of the agentic era.
And this brings us to the final and most crucial question. As these powerful new agents get built and rolled out everywhere, the conversation has to shift from what they can do to how do we make sure they do what we actually want them to do. Because in this new agentic era, the question of who is truly in control has never been more important.